Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. I do realize that the lighting is not the best, but I'm having a little bit of trouble right now finding the right moments to film videos, and I'm also way too lazy to get out my filming lights, so you'll have to deal with this, and also you wouldn't want to see this mess with better lighting, I promise. So today I'm back to talk about the books I've read in February, which should be a very quick video because I actually didn't really read a lot in February. February was the month I was looking forward to for a very long time because I had planned a very cool, exciting trip to Africa. So I actually was not expecting to read a ton. And all the books I'm going to talk about today I've read before I went on the 7th of February. So yeah, that was what happened. And I do intend to have a better reading month in March. Actually, March is almost over when I'm filming this, so I know that I'll do better, but also I'm planning on doing a reading vlog for this last weekend of March so I can, pull through a couple of more books before the month is over. So let's start with this little February wrap-up, which is way too late. The first book I actually finished in February was The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Now this is one of my favorite books of all time because I love Tolkien, I love Middle-earth, and I just love all this stuff. So this is basically the story of the whole world before we go into The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. So you have like different ages, you have the ages of the elves, you even have the time before the elves actually came to the world, so you're following the gods, so to say. And I just love this book so much. It is very good, but also super dense. And so I was reading this for a very long time. Also, I wasn't reading this by myself, but I buddy read it kind of with my partner, which was super fun and a great way to really get me through this book because it's very easy to just give up. And yeah, so I was really happy to reread this. I think I've read this like 3 times now, maybe 4 times, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I absolutely love it still, and it is 5 out of 5 stars, definitely for me. The next book I finished I don't have here right now because I already got it back to the library, but I showed you this book as I'm currently reading in my last wrap-up, which was also super late, so hey! And that is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I read this in German, so I read a translated version from the library because, why would I pay money for it if I could get it from the library? This is a book that I had checked out before. I did a video that was kind of like a try a chapter tag, but with library books, and I wasn't really convinced that I would like this book, and it turned out that the first impression was kind of right. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. This book is about 2 characters. Basically, there's this blind girl in France. Has this been there the whole time? Great. So there's this blind girl in France and also a German boy, and you follow both of these during the Second World War, and their lives are kind of interconnected but not really, so you follow them through very different experiences obviously. And yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was just another war book and I'm slightly over that. Also, this book was written a while ago, so I think kind of feels that way too. We've had a lot more, I don't know, just better books about the topic, I guess. So yeah, this book was like a 3.5 stars for me, and I was very happy when I finished it because I had to get it to the library like immediately. The last book I finished then was Monstrous Volume 3. This is Haven. Now this is a graphic novel that I love a lot. This series is so good. This is the 3rd bind-up. I think it came out in October last year, so it's still a long time before we get the next one. This one follows the events from the 2nd bind-up, like immediately. There's no time break or anything in between. And it's all about Micah Half-Wolf. And she has a monster inside of her, and she's trying to figure out who this monster is, why it's, you know, living inside of her, and what all of that has to do with her mother. I absolutely love the art style. I think the color scheme is really cool. The pictures are like super detailed, and I also really like the storyline. There's two characters that are traveling with Micah. One is a little fox girl, and the other one is a cat with multiple tails, and they are kind of like the comic relief sometimes, and I just love it. I love the dynamic and everything like that. And there's a huge cliffhanger at the end of this, which I was not too happy with because I really want to know what happens next. But yeah, I absolutely love this. If you're into like a very detailed graphic novel that has kind of like this steampunk vibe and is always also very brutal, there's a lot of nudity in here. But if you're into that kind of stuff and you also like that slight manga-ish look, this is perfect. I love it. This is the only graphic novel series that I follow, like, seriously. Okay, so this was all the books that I finished in February. As I said, all of these I finished before the 7th, so in the first week of February. And all the other weeks I was traveling and I was doing so much. I hope that I will be sharing some of the footage with you soon, but you know, there's a lot of footage. I don't know when I'll get to that. But I wanted to mention that I started one book while I was on vacation, and I got about 70 pages into it, and that was Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. But I did not finish it, not even nearly finish it. So I will talk about this book in my next wrap-up, which will probably happen very soon because March is over already, like in 4 days. Great! So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like or a nice comment. Let me know which books you've read in February. I would love to hear about that. Also let me know which books you're reading in March. And yeah, I'm so happy to hear all your comments, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!